Students, welcome to your computer class for Thursday. So today we are going to recapitulate on the topics which were left from chapter number 2, that is working in Windows 7. So let us start our class today. So before starting our today's class, let's have a recall from our previous class. So in the previous class, if you remember, we had recapitulate on the topic what is Windows Explorer, libraries, and how to view the different files and folders in our computer. So in the last class, we had learned that Windows is an operating system which was launched by Microsoft in the year 2009 as an upgrade to Windows Vista operating system. Then we had learned that Windows Explorer is the main tool that we use to interact with Windows 7. We use the Windows Explorer in order to view, explore, or to organize the library folder, view files and folders. Then libraries is a kind of folder in Windows 7 which allows us to organize our files in one place so that they are easy to search and access. Then we went through that Windows provides many ways to arrange and identify our files while we are viewing them. They are the extra large icon, medium icons, small icons, list, view, details view, tiles view, and content view. Okay, so this was all from the previous session which we had done. So let us start our today's class. So the learning objectives of today's session will be, we'll recapitulate on two topics. The first one is working with the control panel, where we will have some certain subtopics, that is how to set the date and time, about fonts, how to change the mouse settings, why we need to double click the mouse, and put our computer in sleep mode and hibernation. Then we will recapitulate on the second topic, that is troubleshooting. That means what happens when our mouse is not working, then how to use the on-screen keyboard, and how to avoid pressing two keys together. So let's start our class today. So our first topic is working with the control panel. So we know that control panel is a system folder using which we can make changes in the appearance and current setting of the Windows. So these may include appearance and personalization of the desktop, then hardware and software setup and configuration, then system and security, networking and internet, user account and family safety, setting clock, language and region. So these settings control nearly everything regarding Windows appearance and internal settings and personalization of the desktop. So they allow us to set up Windows the way we want. We can open control panel in two ways. The first way is we can click on the start button and select the control panel option from the right pane, or we can double click on the computer icon which is present on the desktop, and from there we can click on the open control panel button which is located on the toolbar. So as we click there, the control panel dialog box will get open. Then now let us learn how to change date and time. So this option allows us to change the computer's date and time. For this we have to click on date and time option in the control panel. The date and time dialog box will appear. So by default the date and time tab is selected. Now let us learn how to change the date. So for changing the date, we have to click on the date and time tab. The date and time settings dialog box will appear. From there we have to select the current day in the displayed calendar. We can change the month using the forward backward arrow buttons which is present on the calendar. So we can also click on the OK button and the date will get changed. Then how to change the time. So to change the hour, you have to select the spin arrows. Okay, you have to click on the spin arrows to increase and decrease the hours accordingly. Similarly, we can change the minutes and seconds by clicking on the spin arrows. So let's have a small quick quiz. So which view displays each file or folder on a separate row along with their detailed information like date, size, author, etc. The answer is content view. So let's know more. So keyboard can be used as a mouse. So how the keyboard can be used as a mouse? By using the numeric keypad. Use up, down, left and right for mouse pointer movement in the corresponding direction. As you can see, you can use the home and the end key for diagonally left, upward and downward movement respectively. So you can use page up and page down key for diagonally right, upward and downwards movement respectively. Now let us know about fonts. So different styles of writing and character or text in a specific size are known as fonts. Some of the popular fonts are Arial, Arial Black, Verdana, Times New Roman, etc. Font settings are used to change the display of text on the screen and the printed text. So we can use font settings in control panel to view fonts, add new fonts or delete existing fonts. So let us see an example here. We have to click on the fonts folder in the control panel. The fonts window will appear. Then in order to view any sample of a font, we have to just double click on any given font from there. And if you want to add a new font to the font list, we have to follow the given procedure here. We have to select the drive, okay, and then open the folder which contains the new fonts. Then we have to select the font which we want to add and drag it to the fonts folder in the control panel. The font will be added in the list of the existing fonts in the control panel. We can also delete the existing font. To select the font that we want to delete, and then we have to click on the delete button present above the font thumbnails. Now how to change the mouse settings. So we can customize our mouse settings in various ways, such as changing the appearance of the mouse pointer, changing the function of our mouse buttons, or altering the scroll speed of the mouse wheel. For that we have to select the mouse option in the control panel dialog box. The mouse properties dialog box will appear on the screen. From there we have to click on the button tab. It provides options to change the setting of the mouse buttons to the right-handed or left-handed. So under the button configuration section, we have to select the checkbox in order to make the changes in the button on the right, the one which we use for primary functions such as selecting or dragging. Then in order to change the double click speed of our mouse, we have to drag the slider towards left to make it slow and towards right to make it fast. To test the speed, we have to just double click the folder given on the right side. If the folder does not open or close, then we have to try using a slower setting. So to change the appearance of our mouse pointer, we have to click on the pointer's depth. So here we can change the size, color and shape of our mouse pointer. To change the pointer, we have to select the kind of pointer which we wish to have, and then we have to select the browse tab and double click on the file name of the chosen pointer. We can watch the preview on the screen itself, and then we have to click on the apply button, and lastly to click on OK. And if you want to prefer to have the original set of pointer, what we have to do is we have to just click on the use default tab to return back to the default pointer. Then to adjust the speed of our mouse pointer, to just click on the pointer options tab, and we have to drag the slider from slow to fast under the mouse motion section, and then we have to click on apply button, and lastly we have to click on OK. Then next, why we need to double click the mouse. So Windows has a feature to replace double clicking or click setting of a mouse with a single click. We don't have to double click on any document or any file. So for this we have to need to follow certain steps and forget the practice of double clicking. Sorry, first we have to click on the start button and then we have to open the control panel. Then we have to click on the folder options. The folder options dialog box will appear as shown on the screen. Then we have to activate single click to open an item option under clicked items as follows section. Then from the single click sub option we have to prefer to activate underline icon title only when I point at them. Then we have to click on apply and then click OK. So now we will enjoy the experience of working with single click now. Okay. So remember to select any item from a list of items. We have to just place the mouse pointer there. The item would be highlighted. Now to open any program or document, we have to just click on it. Just a single click and the item will get open. The document or the file will get open. Now putting a computer in sleep mode. Now sleep is a power saving state wherein a computer does not turn off completely. In this process, the monitor and the hard disks are turned off, but the computer puts our work and the settings in RAM and draws a small amount of power. It allows the computer to quickly resume full power operation when we start working again. For this, we need to follow certain steps to put the computer in sleep mode. So we have to select the start, then we have to click on control panel, and lastly we have to click on power options category. From there we have to select the power saver radio button. The sleep mode will become active. To make further changes, we need to click on the change plan settings options and select the required settings as per our need. Now, how to put a computer in hibernate mode. So hibernation is a state in which a computer shuts down to save power, but first saves everything in the memory on the hard disks. So when we restart our computer, we will find that our desktop is restored exactly the way we have left it. So how to enable or disable hibernation? So we have to use the command prompt, which will be the easiest way to enable or disable hibernation. So for that we have to click on the start button and we have to type CMD in the search box. So as we click on CMD, the administrator window will appear with a black screen, and there we have to type the command power CFG / hibernate on and press the enter key. So now we have to type exit and again press the enter key to close the administrator window. Then how we can manage hibernation through control panel. So we can click on the start and open control panel again, and from there we have to click on power options. So on the left side, to click on the change when the computer sleeps options, and we have to click on the change advanced power settings options. In the advanced power options window, we'll expand sleep tree and then we have to expand hibernate after and change the minutes to 0 to turn it off. Or we can specify the amount of minutes we want to pass before it goes into hibernation. So after we have made our selection, to click on apply and then we have to click on OK. So now we have to close all the remaining screens. So where is hibernate? If you don't find it in the command prompt, where you will get it? So what if you try the command line option to turn it on and the hibernate mode is still not available? So what we can do in such cases? So then the next desired step should be to disable hybrid sleep by expanding the allow hybrid sleep and turning it off. So now we will have hibernate as a part of the power options in the start menu, and we will also get an option where we will press Ctrl plus Alt plus del. For that we have to click on the start button and then click on the arrow next to the shutdown at the bottom of the right pane, where we will get the different modes. From there we have to select the desired option from the displayed list, such as switch user, log off, lock, restart, sleep, hibernate, etc., to put our computer into the selected mode which we want. So this was all about from here. In this topic we are working with the control panel. Now let's go to the next topic. Now next topic is troubleshooting. Now what will happen if our mouse is not working? Let's start. So my mouse is not working. What we can do? So assume a situation where you are doing some important work on your computer and suddenly your mouse stops working. For that we don't have to panic. Why? Because Windows has a feature which helps out us out of this problem. So for that we have to follow certain steps which makes our keyboard function as a mouse. So for that we have to click on ease of access center category from the control panel window, and then we have to select the make the mouse easier to use, and we have to click on activate and check the turn on mouse keys. Then we have to select the mouse keys option, and with the num lock in off mode we can use the numeric keypad for mouse functions. Then we have to click on the apply button and then we have to click on OK. Then next, using the on-screen keyboard. How we can use the on-screen keyboard. Now let us consider the reverse scenario where now our keyboard is not working. So what we can do is, but the mouse is working. So Windows has an on-screen keyboard, okay, which can be operated with the help of a mouse if our keyboard is not working. So we have to start the application where we wish to type, use the keyboard, and then we have to select the start all programs accessories, and from there we have to choose ease of access option and select the on-screen keyboard option. A digital keyboard will be displayed on the screen as you can see, and from there we can click on the desired keys and the effect would be displayed in the application. So let's know more that using keyboard as a mouse. So we can use up, down, left and right key for mouse pointer movement in the corresponding direction. So we can use home and end key for diagonally left upward and downward movement respectively, and we can use page up and page down key for diagonally right upward and downward movement respectively. Now next is how to avoid pressing two keys together. So often pressing two keys together, sometimes we have to press again three keys together, that is Ctrl plus Alt plus del, which is a problem. But Windows has offered a solution in the form of sticky keys, where we can press the combination of keys one by one instead of holding the keys together. For that we have to follow the steps to activate the sticky keys feature from Windows. To click on the start control panel, then ease of access center, and then we have to select make the keyboard easier to use option. From there we have to activate turn on sticky keys by clicking on the check box, and we have to click on the apply button and then click on OK. Now we can also try out a different key combination. For example, if the caps lock is set in off mode, then we can try to write any capital letter by pressing the shift key and the letter key one by one instead of the normal process of holding down the shift key and pressing the letter or the symbol key. So there is a small tip over here. The sticky keys feature automatically deactivates itself if the two keys are pressed together by mistake. So to avoid such, what we can do is to click on set up sticky keys in the same window and then deactivate this feature under options section. So this is all about your troubleshooting. Alright, so let us summarize our today's session. So today we had recapitulated on control panel. So what is control panel? Control panel is a system folder using which we can make changes in the appearance and current setting of the windows. These settings control nearly everything regarding our Windows appearance and internal settings and personalization. Then we had learned the date and time option, which allows us to change the computer's date and time. Then we had learned about fonts. The different styles of writing characters or text in a specific size is known as fonts, and there are various popular fonts, and we can also add certain fonts and delete if we wish to. Then we can customize our mouse settings in various ways, such as we can change the appearance of our mouse pointer, we can change the functions of our mouse. Then we had learned that Windows has a feature to replace the double click settings of a mouse with a single click. Then we had learned about sleep is a power saving state wherein a computer does not turn off completely. In this process, the monitor and hard disks are turned off, but the computer puts our work and settings in RAM and draws a small amount of power. Then we had learned about hibernation, which is a state in which a computer shuts down to save power, but first saves everything in the memory on hard disks. So when we restart the computer, we will see that our desktop is restored exactly the way we have left it. So this was all about from your control panel. Then next, the summary from troubleshooting. So in troubleshooting, we had learned that Windows has a feature to use the numeric keypad with the numlock key in off mode for mouse functions. Then we had learned that Windows has a on-screen digital keyboard which can be operated with the help of a mouse if our keyboard is not working. Then we had learned that Windows offers a solution to the problem of pressing two keys together in the form of sticky keys, where we can press the combination keys one by one instead of holding the keys together. So this is all about from your chapter 2, okay, working in Windows 7. So in the next class, I will start with again recapitulating the first chapter. Alright. So after this video, I have some assignment for you. Please complete it and at the same time keep learning. Thank you. Have a nice day.